spoiler. Information about a plot, motion picture, or TV program that can spoil viewers' sense of surprise or suspense. Also, a person who discloses such information.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Telle, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. Telle, is that you?
What's up, Polo? How you doing, bro?
What's up there, boy? How you feel?
I'm always feeling good. I heard you've been staying hydrated. You're gonna have to stay that way. You gonna come down here.
Absolutely, man. I got rid of soda, or pop as we call it up here in the Midwest. And I just been drinking nothing but water, and it's been crazy. So if I have to go to the bathroom during this show, don't blame me. Listen, this is episode 101 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, this is brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code WAIFU to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don'tTalkShop.com and our Patreon producers. Shout out to our Patreon producers who we just acquired a new one last week. We appreciate you, Moody, again. But shout out to the producers, Aaron Brown, Connor, explicitly, Monique Williams, Shanti, and Treesus. We appreciate y'all so much for producing this and a bunch of other episodes of the Mic Check Waifu podcast. Today, we have kind of a hodgepodge of things to discuss. I'm gonna let you know now. Polo gonna go antagonist. We just hit an all-time high with listens. We just got a new average for listens as well, and that's all spectacular. We welcome everybody that's new to the podcast. We love you. We thank you so much for listening to us. But please, don't get offended by what I'm about to say, okay? Please, don't stop listening, because I promise you these are my thoughts. These do not reflect the thoughts of Mic Check Waifu as a whole. And I just got to get it off this. I just got to get it off this week because there's a lot going on. But I don't know when we're going to start that. You will know when it's coming. Trust me. I might even start it soon. It might happen in the middle of our normal anime discussion. Who knows when it's going to happen. But Telle, how's the H-Town treating you?
It's nice, bro. It's real nice. I got some information to tell you once we're done recording. I meant to tell you before we started recording. But it's just some real good news, you know.
Okay.
It's good news out here.
I can't wait.
So it's nice out here though. It's nice. We always finding new stuff to eat because it's like a endless supply of all the things.
I saw your waifu posted a bowl of ramen that looked spectacular. Where was that at?
It is like right where we stand from right now. It's called Mia, but it's like maybe 15 minutes away. Like everything in Houston is a nice drive though. It's like most places you want to go is like between 20 to 30 minutes. even if it's 10 miles away, it's like 20 or 30 minutes. So
for those of you that don't know, I actually have an interview down in Houston. That I
don't think they knew about the interview at all.
They didn't know. Oh, yikes. Well, I have an interview down in Houston that I'm going to take. I'm flying down there soon. Like in a few days, actually. Holy shit.
The initiative.
Yeah. We wasn't playing, man. We wasn't playing about this. So hopefully I get the job. If not, I'm sure I'll get another one elsewhere, but I'll keep looking. But yeah, I have an interview coming up soon. I booked a ticket, got everything together, got everything ready. Hotel about 10 minutes away from the job interview spot. It's also like 9 minutes away from the spot I wanted to live too, which is spectacular. So here's hoping. Yeah. So Telle, I gotta talk about this first before we get into too much, okay?
Let's do it, bro.
I do want to say shout out to Saphir or Fear, the homie. He's been rocking with us for a long time. He mentioned something on our Gilded, gilded.gg/mic check. He joined our Gilded where we talk anime from time to time and have a look. It's like Discord, but better in our opinion. But he put in the show that in one of the threads and said, this most recent episode of 86 was spectacular. 86 was not on our watch list because it was a mecha anime. We are not a mecha anime podcast, nor are either one of us that much of a fan. Like we will watch some, but it's very rare, that we would. I sat here for about, I don't know, 3.5 hours and watched all the way until I'm caught up.
Mm-hmm. So before you go any further, I did watch 5 episodes of 86, so I'm not all the way caught up.
Okay, I'm all the way caught up.
But let's go ahead and let's dive into this.
Yeah, this shit is fucking spectacular, man.
Bruh, it is.
Shit is probably one of the most incredible, like not even just mecha anime, but just storytelling. Like, unbelievable, bro. Unfucking believable. 86 is special, and I'm sad that we just now getting hip to this. So shout out to Saphir and a couple other people on timeline. I don't remember who. Forgive me, but I do remember Fear talking about it in our Gilded page. So I got to give him credit for it.
Yeah.
Also, spoilers ahead for 86. So if you're not watching or haven't watched 86, fast forward a little bit. We're gonna spoil it right now.
Holy shit, man! This is our kind of shit for one.
Yeah. So funny thing is I was like, I had this in my mind that I'm gonna watch it eventually.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck about it.
Eventually, I'm gonna get to it.
That's
right?
how I thought too.
But nah, bro, this is 100% worth it so far. Like I said, I'm only 5 episodes in. Polo might know a little bit better than me. I want to know what Polo's actual thoughts are, but the story, the world in episode 5, the information that they gave us, where it's kind of like the people who died on the battlefield and stuff like that. I'm just like
blown away. And it don't stop there, Telle. For one, okay, first off, this show is it has mechs in it, yes.
But it don't really seem like
it's not
mech based. It's more about the characters.
It's more about the characters and the delivery of the storytelling. So let me just start off with this. It's about this major who is a part of this military. And I noticed it from the minute 1 of the first episode. I'm like, why the fuck does everybody basically look the same? Come to find out, the reason being is because they're a part of this quote unquote master race of people that look like the savior of society way back whenever the fuck. And everybody that looks like them, they are living a good life, living the luxurious life, and just normal people. And all they do, and like as far as like the military goes, is command these things called not these things because they're people, but you don't know that until later. These things called 86 processor units, and they're literally people inside of like quote unquote mechs that go out and battle these things called, what are they called? Tell, you remember? The Legion. Fight the Legion.
But they have different Legion forms, like types.
Right, and they have different Legion form types and stuff like that. It's fucking crazy, man. The way you learn about this world and the society and the way it moves have you just thinking like this shit is it's crazy. It's like if the Nazis won essentially in the future. Like that's exactly how you can think about it. And this poor major who the main character, one of the main characters are, she's like so against it because she learned what the processors actually are. She learned that they're actually humans fighting inside these robots, and she tries her best to show how much she cares for them or treat them as equal humans, unlike the rest of the what they call them, Alda people.
Yeah. So immediately, one of the things that kind of caught me off guard, and not even really caught me off guard, but I recognized it immediately because they were talking about like, because how it starts off is they just give you kind of like a regular showing of the world, what's going on. And then they have the only person talking is like a news broadcaster, and they're talking about the weather is really nice today. Tomorrow it'll be a little bit worse, but you won't need an umbrella or anything like that. It's going to be great weather, basically. And they're just talking and talking. And they say, now for the latest update on the last war that we've been going through for the past 4 years. So I did a little bit of math. The year is 2143. The war has been going on for 4 years, and they speculate that 2 years the war will be over because the Legion is supposed to have a battery that dies out, whatever, right? Yeah, we find out some different information on that one too. But basically what's happening is like you hear the person in the news talk about the war on the front lines with our new ethical autonomous military has provided 0 casualties on our front while taking out over half of the enemy's army. I'm just
propaganda.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, so they basically spread propaganda that the autonomous vehicles, the people that are in these suits that we were talking about, they're actually not people. They're just autonomous like machines that go out and fight for us, drones, if you will.
They're not considered people. That's what they do call them. They call them drones.
They call them drones. And that's what's so crazy.
Yeah. So this actually, and I hate to say this, but in terms of story, it gives me mad Vivy vibes right now.
The way it's written?
Yeah, the way it's written. And it's like, it's so good. I was surprised. Yeah. I was thoroughly surprised. And I'm enjoying it. Because
they mix in past and future and it just, the way it moves is so smooth and fluid and some of the most beautiful animation I ever seen with like 3D. Like the shit is a cinematographer masterpiece. Minus some of the angles when they're fighting are real like camera shaky, but it just looks good though. Aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
We're gonna talk about camera angles when we get to Vivy.
Absolutely. But one of the main things that got me with this is that part you mentioned was the propaganda that they spill about how they're just autonomous drones. That killed me because I'm like, I knew it from moment one, obviously, when they said that a handler controls these quote unquote drones that go out on the battlefield and fight. I knew from the way this was already starting that they were actually people. And that just it irritated me at first, but I'm like, damn, this shit's gonna be real good. I just know it. Be real good. And okay, that's where I was going because I lost my train of thought and I had to like kind of trace it back. This is where I was going with that point. The way they tell the fucking story of 2 sides in one episode. 1 minute they give you the major's point of view, which is the older people, which is the perfect quote unquote race that has the white hair, that's living a good life inside the town, just doing her thing. The second half of the show, they split it by saying what the episode title is and the number, and then they go over to the side of the 86, which is just normal people that was born with just different color hair and different color eyes. They're living the shitty average life in an apocalyptic world, essentially, doing the best they can to survive. Which is crazy because the information I get in this most recent episode blew me back.
Now, I could be wrong, and I do have a question, and you can just tell me if I'm wrong, just straight up, please. I hope you tell me if I'm wrong. I have personal speculation, that I think all the white hair people are actually like clone droid kind of people, and the people actually out in the war are the real people. Kind of thing. That is a good
thought. I didn't think about that. That could possibly be it because they do kind of talk about how they eat artificial foods. So maybe they do have the capabilities to essentially create artificial people. But then again, there are I don't know though.
Well, what information did you get in this latest episode that I wouldn't have yet?
It's more so about 86. So, yeah, I don't want to say it right now.
This dude, man.
If you really want me to say it, let me. If you really want me to say it, let me say it in the second half of the show.
All right, bet.
Because unlike everybody else,
I'm typing in notes.
I'm privy to spoilers. So, I like to keep that surprise, for people that want to watch it and enjoy it. Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. It's fucking insane. The way it bounces back and forth between the two sides, it even shows us like the same side again, but from the view of the different sides, if that makes sense. So they show us one part of the older people or the major, and then they go to the 86 and they show the same part again, but it's so different that you're captivated by this. I'm not gonna say I never seen this story. Pacing is literally a mic check waifu 10 in my opinion, the way it moves.
Yeah. The funny thing is like this, the reason why I was saying this gives me Vivy vibes is because of the story, but also like that pacing. When you're watching it, and this happens to me every time I watch Vivy, I know it's a 25 minute episode, but it feels like I'm only watching for 12 minutes and I get frustrated. Like, I'm like, man, there's supposed to be more to this episode, but really it's just over because the episode goes so smoothly that it doesn't feel like you're really sitting there for that full, like, contextual 25 minutes.
What's good about 86 though is that it continues after the credits for like 90% of the episodes, which is also incredible.
I love that too. They had that one episode that like the credits hit at 17 minutes, and then it was like I think she was getting the names.
Yep.
And I was like,
it was incredible.
It just hit so well. Watch it.
It's a touching story. Beautiful art, beautiful animation, crazy like just delivery of the story. Some of the best I've seen in a long time. This is definitely top 5 this season for sure for me.
Easily.
Crazy. And it's crazy because for us it came out of nowhere. Shout out to Saphir, bro, for real. Now, what else? What do you have, Telle?
So some people who follow me on Twitter, Polo might not be necessarily pleased with this one. But you know what I'm talking about.
You your own man.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You have the floor.
Knows. It took me 4 watches to get this far. Their first 11 episodes are arguably the worst 11 episodes of anime, in my opinion. Like, I remember talking about Steins Gate, like how Steins Gate didn't hit for me until a certain point, but for me, once it finally hit, it all made sense. That whole first 11 episodes to me, almost like I'd be okay without. Because Dio doesn't appear in this next half of the season. They just kind of talk about him. I'm also a little disappointed because I know that this power system that they're developing in the second part of this first season is going to be void and disappear in a season or two. And it's like, that kind of kills me because they the way they developed it in the second part, like the second part is significantly better than that first part because of like, I guess it could also be because I stopped taking it so seriously, but it also the fact that like the way they describe things is significantly better, even though it's like over exaggerated and just too much. They describe things in the show much better in a way that gives better context. And you're like, okay, well, this makes sense. And I'm more willing to engage in the show. So yes, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, my watch through is going relatively well. I will be watching season 2 after this episode. After we record, I'll start it tomorrow. So basically, I guess I'm going to be giving a week by week update on my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You don't really have to do that. You could just wait until you finish an entire season first. Because well,
that's what I mean. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna go season by season.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because like I finished the season 1, so next time I'm gonna watch season 2 this week, and
man, more power to you. You and them JoJo fans. They're a weird breed of people.
They was all in my what is it called? My Twitter thread.
Get them out of here. Those people are all the damn. This is gonna sound bad, but antagonist Polo starts. I guess all those people are the same. They're fucking dry meathead people that enjoy just Dragon Ball Z, JoJo's, Naruto, Bleach, same 4 anime, One Piece. Anyway, we'll get to the antagonist part shortly, even though I already started.
Drop the beat.
Oh, hey there. This is Polo from the future. Here to say that, yeah, about that. That antagonist section, we decided to move to our Patreon, patreon.com/MikeCheckWaifu. So if you want to hear that rant, all it takes is $1 to become a patron. You can unsubscribe right after you hear it. But I didn't want to put that part of the podcast inside of the podcast because it's a little too antagonistic. I didn't want to offend none of my friends who may have these same views, even though I stand by everything I said. So I just wanted to make sure I interject into the podcast to let y'all know that Polo rant is on the Patreon. So I guess I'm gonna take this opportunity to plug our Patreon, patreon.com/MikeCheckWaifu. Thank y'all so much for supporting and listening. You don't have to hear that rant. It's not that big of a deal. It's only about 3 minutes or so long. It's not that big of a deal, but I just figured I'll let y'all know that it's there if y'all want access to it. I appreciate y'all listening to the podcast. Now on with the show. I'm done. I'm over it. Next.
Okay.
So Osamaki had a great episode.
Hold on, what's that?
Osamaki episode was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. It was really good.
To see our boy actually acting, the motherfucker was incredible, by the way.
Of course. So the episode itself, it almost felt a very almost like political, where they were like trying to get through that whole conversation, and then they had to do the commercial thing.
Yeah,
that commercial, bro. Yo, they play too much in this anime, bro. They play too much.
Okay, we're talking about episode 6 of Osamaki. Seriously, this show is. I don't understand how the show got as low of a rating as it did, because it is such a silly and just entertaining show.
Right.
Like, I'm thoroughly confused. I guess it's at a 65, so that's not too bad for people on writing list.
Yeah, I mean, also it's not as action oriented as people might want. So,
yeah.
But no, that commercial thing, gold, bro.
Right.
Like, especially when they kind of let that concept that like they did a commercial, but then they also did a continuation of it. I was like, yo, that is hard. And then what they did, and it was good. It was good, bro. I know. Osamaki is another good episode.
Yeah, man. It's something about these characters that I'm attached to. All of them. And it's always something inside of something. Like, it's always somebody doing something on the side of something, which is interesting. It's like somebody's always scheming.
Yeah. We found out we got some schemers. And
yeah.
We knew it was a schemer. But come on, she was scheming like that, bro.
100%.
Like, and she's got to be a good actor. 110% she's a good actor, because to pull that off and then get caught.
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Jeez. I love it, man. I love how this show is paced. I get upset when the show ends, like you were talking about earlier. When the show ends, I get upset because I'm like, no, I need more.
It could just be a little bit more.
Just a little bit more, yes.
But the reality is they gave us a little bit more. We'd be still dissatisfied because we want more.
Absolutely. We're going to want more. Yeah. Osamaki is special. It's, again, top 5. Oh, shit. Can it be top 5 now? Or is it out of the top 5? We'll talk about that in a minute, I guess.
Right. Goodness gracious. Saint's magic powers omnipotent.
Fuck,
did you
man.
want to go to full spoilers on that, or are you doing away?
I didn't watch the most. I'm 3 episodes behind.
Okay. All I'm gonna say is, as like to avoid spoilers, our second Saint got her own episode.
Let's go.
And it was so interesting.
I need that.
It was so much detail.
Tell me, is it still pleasant though?
Oh, it's so pleasant.
Okay, I love it. It was
so good. It was so good because everything, the characters that you thought you kind of despised and didn't like, it changes your perspective. I'm just like, hold the fuck up. This anime is too good. Yeah. It's too good.
Right.
You're gonna love that episode.
I can't
go ahead and finish it when you get there.
Yeah.
Saint's magic powers omnipotent. Like I was telling Polo, the anime itself it's just so wholesome and so like smooth and clean to go through, and you end up liking like every character in
Yes.
it. And I thought that I had found characters I wasn't gonna like, and they gave us this episode, and I was like, okay, we'll throw that shit out the window.
So does it even make the prince likable?
I feel like if I tell you that, it's spoilers. And
Okay,
we just
copy
had a whole
that.
segment on that.
You're right. Good dude. That's insane though. Okay. I'm glad that's still going strong. I'm excited to watch that.
It's solid as fuck, bro. It's solid as fuck.
You know what's not going strong?
What?
Nagitaro, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm sorry, I ain't even picked that up yet.
I really want you to just so you can feel how I feel, and I'm not the only one
we
feeling
can
this.
slander it together.
Kind of, yeah. I really kind of want that. But I also want to talk about Hanji Hiro,
Let's do it.
her brother. So what you said last week might be valid.
That her family's kind of like rich and putting pressure on her.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
Especially after this most recent episode.
Right.
It makes it puts us in a weird predicament because like her family could just be trash on like a level of like they put a lot of pressure on her and trying to make her be with something she doesn't want to be.
Mm-hmm. Which
Or
is
they could just be politicians or something like that because
Yeah.
they clearly got dough. Clearly got
right.
money.
So, or like, hell, I just came up with this right now. Maybe it's both. Maybe, like you said, they're politician rich folks. She did something in school that she shouldn't have. Like I said last week, maybe somebody did commit suicide because of her, which caused problems for the family, the politician family, which caused her to run away because they had to like hide it or some shit, and it was too much for them.
I also kind of got the feeling that she thought that her family wasn't going to come look for her. And seeing her brother come look for her is like, now she feels like she has to come back, right? She didn't think it was going to be this way. She thought she's going to be able to slide out. Family wasn't going to care.
Right.
But they clearly come in to look for her. So that's outside of her realm of expectations. So we going to see. I don't know, bro. This anime is also another one getting better and better. It's going to be hard to pick a top 5 of this season, bro.
Listen, real hard because coworker pulled up. She pulled up and showed out.
Oh, man.
I like what she did. I just like the way the character reacts because he's not like, he wasn't bumbling about it, but he's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to take it. Even though he might not feel the same way, he going to take it.
Mm-hmm. That one line he said, though, I hate guys like that who have a little bit of power and think they can abuse it. I'm like, bro, that's literally you.
Oh, you talking about that dude? Oh, yeah.
That's literally you.
I forgot about that part.
That's literally you, bro.
What a dick.
Right? Oh. If only he had known, you would have caught up to the chin.
Whole time. That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. What you got for me, Telle? You've been watching a lot of stuff.
Oh, no, hold on. I haven't added anything new to the list. Other than
You've been continuing that To Your Eternity that I just can't find myself to turn on.
Oh, yeah, I did watch To Your Eternity. This new episode, so a little bit of spoilers since Polo's not watching. I'm just gonna spoil a little bit. I don't think he's gonna watch it anyway.
I'm gonna try, but you can go ahead.
The thing is that there are really good moments in it, and it's like more philosophical. But this most recent episode, the kind of like what we understand is that the creature that we're following is not omnipotent, but it's immortal, eternal, lives forever, can take on any form, but it has to be stimulated by the world around it in order to develop. It runs into the old lady that the little girl was with before. Polo has no idea what I'm talking about, really. But basically, he starts traveling with the old lady again because actually, he runs into the old lady. He was walking back. He was just doing his own thing, looking for stimulation because that's how he evolves. the old lady sees him and is like, oh wait, I know you, let me follow you, all that kind of stuff. And she follows him. She starts teaching him how to talk, read, write, all that kind of stuff, right? So now he's becoming more human-esque because he has the ability, he's learning. One night that night they run into a creature that stabs him through the chest, basically stripping away one of his transformations, right? Like,
oh shit, killing it
essentially, but like he didn't take everything from it. He has 4 transformations at this point, and all the transformations are from things that died around it. So it has 4 transformations, and it doesn't really have like any emotional attachment to him, but when it loses those things, I guess it loses the memory of it.
Ooh.
And that hurts it because it's like that's all it is memories, right? So it lost the memories. Ends up meeting the creator of it, who created it.
Wow.
And telling them like, hey, we have a bigger purpose here, and I'll be back later to kind of achieve that purpose. Kind of goes off, and then the story progresses with it trying to learn and become better. But it's like it's finally introducing some things that are pushing the story forward, like why it exists, not it just existing.
So what I'm proud of that both me and you do, I think, extremely well. Now, people could agree to disagree, whatever. I think we both explain the shows really well. Okay. I think you explained that really, really well, and I don't want to watch it.
You don't have a reason to anymore.
I just don't. I don't think I care. Because the first episode was cool, and I didn't care. You know, like.
And I'll tell you, you won't care until like episode 3 or 4.
See, yeah.
Like I think episode 3 is when you kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then like this episode was like, oh, it's interesting, and it's pushing the story forward, but not enough in a way that like makes it mandatory.
Yeah, because what I was thinking was like the story felt dry to me. Like it just felt dry. Like it felt like some think piece, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with think pieces. It felt like a think piece that felt like. It was just I don't know. And I don't know. It was just one episode though, so I can't.
It does get a little unflavored.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's a little dry. So you're right. It does get dry, but the story picks up more. But it's still like in comparison to the other stuff we watch, like adding 86, Ozumaki, Haji Hiro, Vivy to the mix. It's so hard. It's so hard to compare that story wise.
Yeah.
Tokyo Revengers, come on. Like it's so hard. It's so hard to compare that.
Yeah.
So speaking of Polo, don't we have a little game we're supposed to be playing?
Sure, we do. Should I cut out antagonist?
No, why?
I don't know. Maybe I was too aggressive.
Nah, bro, you good. you good.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. How do I do this? I'm gonna go to hit that.
So we're gonna play a quick little game. We're gonna play the game that I played with Telle last week that I just kind of sprung on him. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna ask me questions about this spring anime. Okay. The essential result of the game is to figure out what one anime out of all the anime you can watch, but you have to put it over one other anime. So for example, I don't know where he's gonna start, but we're gonna find out.
All right, you got My Hero Academia season 5 or Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro.
Oh, My Hero, easy. Good one. Thanks for making that easy for your boy.
Let's see. Have you been watching Kaguya-sama? That didn't start yet, did it?
No, it didn't start yet.
Okay. Yasuke or you chose My Hero?
Yeah, My Hero.
Yasuke or My Hero?
My Hero.
My Hero again. Okay. Let's go with My Hero Academia or Uzumaki.
Uzumaki.
Even though this most recent episode was something.
Let's go with Ozumaki or 86.
86.
Wow. Okay. Let's go with 86 or Hajihiro.
Fuck. Oh, shit. I guess this is where it gets hard, huh?
Yeah, that's where it got hard right there.
Fuck, man. 86, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I can't fucking believe I just said that. Yeah.
Let's go with 86 or Vivy.
Vivy.
Okay. Let's go with 86 or...
Oh, it's Vivy right now. Vivy won.
86 or Tokyo Revengers.
It's Vivy right now, bro.
Okay.
Vivy
So
already
look-
beat out 86. So it has to be
hear me
Vivy
out.
and then something else.
It was Tokyo Revengers.
No. Oh, you were saying, because you said 86 again, so I was confused.
Oh, yeah,
but you meant Vivy.
Vivy or Tokyo Revengers.
Oh, fuck, man. Most recent episode of Vivy, most recent episode of Tokyo Revengers. Both real good. With the sound design and animation of Vivy, I gotta go Vivy.
So remember on the timeline,
Yeah.
Brave Badman said,
Yep.
you chose. He's like, Telle, you chose Vivy over Tokyo Revengers. Gave me the little weird face. Threw a SpongeBob break at me.
Yeah.
We going on record that Polo did the same thing.
Had to. I got to.
Now look, we're not saying that Tokyo Revengers is bad by any means.
No. Not even
At
close.
all. Not even close.
Would you
One
gotta
of the best stories so far
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
But it's competing with some good stories this spring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some good ones.
And again, you got to understand, again, this goes back to last week's episode, but we're all about depth. Tokyo Revengers have depth. Don't get me wrong. It just Vivy, man, the story structure, the animation, the moralities, bro, is crazy. Tokyo
Like you said, the sound design. the
too.
pacing.
Oof, pacing, yes. Tokyo Revengers has a fantastic story, great cast of characters, and left to be desired on the animation style.
They do look good, but it's still like
Yeah, it's okay. And then it's like a good time travel story. It's a great time travel story. But like we've seen that before, you know. Vivy, I haven't seen shit like Vivy before, you know.
at all.
It's to be honest, if 86 was in it, I might have put 86 over Tokyo too. I might have. Because this shit is so fucking good, bro. It's so good.
Yo, Polo's on one. I don't disagree with you though, bro.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
not even gonna lie with you.
Wait
I'm
till you
rocking
catch
with
up.
you all the way, bro.
Wait till you catch up to those next two episodes, bro.
Because, like I said, Tokyo Revengers is really good, but 86, from what I've watched, and I'm only 2 episodes behind. That first 5 episodes is solid as fuck.
Oh, bro.
The story is good. It's enticing. I am drawn in. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm drawn in on Tokyo Revengers, but the thing
Yes.
I think, only thing that draws me back, takes me back a little bit from Tokyo Revengers is that it's less serious, I guess.
Mhm.
Whereas like 86 and Vivy are really like,
People get blown back, bro.
right, bro. So yeah.
Oh shit, man. That's crazy. It's the drama for us, I guess. You know?
Right.
I don't know. All right, let's get to know Mike Check Waifu. That was a clean 50 minutes right there.
Whew.
I don't know.
You
Now-
rolling the dice.
Now let's see here, okay? I don't know if antagonists in this episode, but just know I went off, and because I might
Nah.
cut it out.
And if you don't cut it out. If anything, make it shorter, but don't cut it out. We ain't cutting antagonists. Keep this part in.
All right,
You keep this part in. We not cutting antagonists because you deserve that moment.
all right,
You
all right.
deserve that, bro.
Sorry
Just,
if I offended
anything,
anybody. I'm gonna just say that
If anything, cut it down to like a minute and a half.
I ain't gonna do that.
Then don't cut it. Let's
Yeah,
leave it in.
yeah, I ain't gonna cut. I may cut out 1 or 2 things. Because
because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm going after them personally. You know, I'm not going after you personally. I you know. Anyway,
I feel you, bro.
I don't care. Let's get to know my check. White fool.
All right.
This is where one of us rolls a random number generator associated with a question from our questionnaire list that we have. We're running low on questions, actually, so we might have to beef that up a bit. But these questions could be anime related or not. We'll roll the random number generator, see what we get. And it's my turn to roll the random number generator. I might want to have that pulled up.
78 questions.
All right. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I'm better.
We good. We real good.
I vented. Question number is 6.
Question number 6, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first single digit one we had?
Yeah, in a long time.
What is your favorite thing about anime, bro?
My favorite thing about anime is this. I guess that's the theme of this episode. Is this the surprise I get when I find a story that I've never seen or never heard of, or see something I just never thought of, never seen. It's the depth that anime can go to. That's special.
And my answer is quite similar. I was going to say the range, because the fact that we can go from something absolutely ridiculous like Hamtaro all the way to something like ReZero or Vivy, all the way back to something like One Piece, Naruto,
Yes.
Dragon Ball. I can literally have everything I want. If I want drama, I ain't got to go watch Bad Girls Club. I can watch anime. If I want something scientific, I can go watch something scientific, like Dr. Stone. I have so much. It's just more valuable in my opinion, because there's just so many different things it can do in one medium almost.
Yes. All you got to do is find the right genre, and then it can cure any mood. To be honest, that's a great answer. When we come back, we are going to spoil My Hero, Vivy, and Tokyo Revengers, and also I'm gonna go ahead and tell what I found in '86. That's crazy. So
Okay, bet.
if he wants to know, so if you guys are all caught up on My Hero, which is episode, we like to give the episode numbers to make sure that you guys are all caught up. But this is going to be, I gotta find it in my Danny list. Episode 9 of My Hero, episode 9 of Vivy, and episode 7 of Tokyo Revengers. If you all caught up on those episodes, we're gonna go full spoilers, episode breakdowns when we come back from this break. So we'll talk to y'all right after these. Is that you? Don'tTalkShop.com,
A brand that is anti-procrastination.
a brand that we believe in.
When it comes to following your dreams and goals,
We believe that it's best that you don't talk about it. Be about it.
Go to don'ttalkshop.com and press start. Browse the shop.
And use that offer code WIFU15 to save 15% off your entire cart.
Wear the change you want to see.
That's it. That's the one. We did it.
Is that you?
And welcome back to episode 101 of My Check Waifu. Thank y'all so much for the support y'all gave us last week on episode 100. All the, congratulations and whatnot. We appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. So, yeah, that's, I guess going right into it. Should we discuss My Hero first?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Because to me, that was, I'm not saying it was the worst episode, but some good episodes this week. So what did you think about My Hero I told you this episode was going to be faster, like despite it was going to be faster.
Yeah, thank gosh it was too.
Because Bakugo wasn't having that shit.
Yeah. Bakugo, see, I don't know why people were surprised about what they saw from Bakugo. Okay, full spoilers for episode 9 of My Hero. I feel like this was always him. This is the reason why he is he wanted to be a hero.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was a surprise.
Was it a surprise? People were surprised?
Yeah, people were surprised, like, oh, look at Bakugo, he changed. But I don't know if he changed though.
You talking about the characters or like people in real life?
Both, I guess.
Okay. Because he didn't really change, in my opinion, at all, right? Like, He just did what the smartest move was. It's a team-based activity. Mm-hmm. And he said, look, I'm going to save y'all. Y'all save me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he took on majority of the work.
Right.
Saying, I'm saving 3 people. Y'all just got to save me. Now, Bakugo being as raw as he is just always been consistent.
Right.
Is he a dog? Yes. You saw what he did out there.
And what he said to begin the challenge, he said that the way you can show your strength in this challenge is to make sure nobody else get caught like the other teams did. Like somebody in the other teams, at least one person got caught. He's like, no, I'm about to show how strong I am by making sure my people don't get caught.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's going to be a clean sweep.
Mm-hmm. It's not about saving people, but he's going to do that anyway. He's just trying to show how strong he is. That's all he gives a fuck about, which has always been Bakugo. So that was a little weird, but other than that, this episode was fucking fire, man. I love what's her name, Jiro?
Oh, Ears?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She's awesome, man. I feel like she's like some of the most underrated like hero shit ever.
Her stuff is kind of dope, right? Because she can use her ears to wrap you up, use them for surveillance, use them for attacks. Mm-hmm. She's pretty versatile, even though like she seems like singular like one dimensional.
Yeah,
she has many dimensions actually, and it's really dope to think that's something she could do. Not to mention, like I think in season 1 she could plug directly into a person if she had to.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? She's awesome, man. And I love the way she is, period. Like I've only seen her like before this point, I never really paid much attention to her because last season she wasn't really in it. But this season, this is the first time like I like not dealt with her dub. Her dub is fucking awesome, by the way. But her sub is pretty fucking cool too. I just like her character. I don't know.
I think vocally they have to make her one of the best characters because of her character.
I guess that makes sense. That's true. That totally makes sense. But I do like the way Bakugo moves. That motherfucker's a beast. But a little future talk here. He ain't gonna have shit on Deku. At least I don't think.
You want to spoil it for you?
Yeah, that's right. See, this is the part that I hate. This is why I always want to get My Hero out of the way first, because he knows.
So here's the thing,
it's
right?
a lot less fun talking about it.
Is that Bakugo is that dude, bro.
Of course.
Like I don't know. I don't understand how to say it. He is that dude. So it's hard. It's hard to explain to you if Deku gonna have anything on him. Because the answer is no, but it's also yes.
Right.
If you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like talking about like Vegeta and Goku. Do Vegeta have shit on Goku? Yes. But do Goku also have shit on Vegeta? Yes. It's hard because like those two characters, they're very different sides of that token.
Right.
I just think Bakugo overall is a better character. Like I enjoy Bakugo more.
Do I enjoy Bakugo? No, I don't fucking enjoy Bakugo more. To me, he's again, like you said, one dimensional though. He's kind of dry too.
He grows more, in my opinion, in terms of like his character. Cause you go from seeing even now, like not too much more, but right now you see him like from episode 1 to where I don't want to be saved by a weakling like you.
Right.
Like now it's not necessarily I don't want to be saved by a weakling by like you. I want to just surpass you. I'm going to go so fast you can't even catch up.
Right. That's true. I forgot who was on. No, Class B team was fucking fire. For one, I just want to say that they wasn't going against no chumps in Class B. I think, to be honest, so far
they were counters.
Almost specifically, right? Like I feel like Class B this round minus Mud Man had like this team was the best. But Mudman is insane. He's fucking insane. He's on one. He's special.
Well, so they got Shinzo on the new team coming up. And they have
that copycat dude.
The copycat dude. So
I'm interested. My curiosity is piqued.
It should be, because this is, as Merc the Mayor would say, this is peak My Hero right here. I don't think this is peak My Hero. I think that it's going to consistently get better. But this is where like shit kind of ramps up a little bit.
I feel it. Hey, My Hero's good. Better. I'm good.
Yeah, that last episode was just a better episode.
Yeah, better paced episode. I feel like they weren't stringing us along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that recap didn't feel as bad because it just went fast.
It was quick. It was 2 minutes. I didn't count this one because it was so quick. I think it was like 2 minutes and 35 seconds when the show actually started, which isn't bad. Oh boy. Anyway, what's next?
All right. Do you want to jump into Tokyo Avengers first?
Let's do that. Yeah, I'm with that.
Mikey and Draken, bro.
Interesting fucking moment, bro. I think, okay, let me start off at the end. I think our boy Takemichi is going to be the one to bring them together because he mad right now. So he going to clean that shit up. He going to be like, yo, y'all got to get this shit together because he's going Super Saiyan mode because y'all broke all my memories and my expensive shit to go to the end.
I can't help but feel like he about to fuck it up more though.
No, I think he's going to make it better. They're going to look at him and they're going to start laughing or some shit and then they're going to come together like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
I don't know, bro.
I hope that's what I'm. That's what
I see like a
hoping.
dark cloud over this. I feel like
you really interesting.
I see Takemichi, and this is just how I think of it, and I could be entirely wrong. I see Takemichi getting mad. I mean, I'm cool with that. I hope I'm wrong, because I don't want this to happen. But I can see Takemichi getting mad and like hitting both of them, and they both being like, "You mother." Do you know who we are? And then they just pop off. They're not going to beat him up, but they're like, all right, we'll be back. You didn't choose a side. And they want him to choose a side is how I kind of see it being. Like, yeah, they want to be his friend because of like how he showed he was devoted, because they're both obviously very caring people, right?
Yeah.
Like they care. They came to see him, even though like Draken and Mikey have been closer, period, but they still came to see Takemichi, even though they've argued. They're like, we're gonna go see him.
You know what I didn't like about this episode, and maybe they're gonna do it. They're going to explain it later. But how they still didn't go into detail on to why they decided to start fighting in the first place. They said it's because of the situation with Pachan or whatever his name is.
Yeah, his brother, his cousin getting beat up and raping his cousin's girlfriend.
Right. So they said not letting him. Mikey's on the side of him, not making him run away, and then Draken's on the side of just running away to save themselves.
Well, Draken was more on the side of understanding.
Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily trying to say run away.
Yeah, understanding of him turning himself in. Right. Cool. I don't think, or at least I don't feel like that's a big enough reason for them to go against each other.
I'm pretty. They'll describe more, and I don't
so.
think they really, because our main character doesn't even know what's going on, why they kind of fell out,
which is why we don't. Which is what this story does, which is cool. But it just seems like that right now, which is weird, I guess.
They did kind of set that precedent though, that once Mikey makes a decision, he's stuck on that decision, and Draken is the one who's like more willing to think a couple of things through, but Mikey's just like, nah.
Right.
I say I'm gonna do something. That's what it is. And Draken stopped Mikey from, and Mikey. That's probably why they fell out. Why they have that disagreement.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It was cool though. It was cool as fuck. Good episode.
Also, mad funny moment when Takemichi is in the hospital and his girl pull up and he got.
Yeah, what's her name? Look like he's
I'm just like
that scuffdugglery. That is hilarious. It was funny.
He ain't asked for that. He just was there.
And she was crying. That's just hilarious.
That's not completely abnormal. But,
it was pretty good, man. Man, to see Mikey take down fucking that dude. So, okay, so they established the rules, right? So when he go back, all of the events that happen are going to have happened. There's no way for him to go further unless he waits a whole nother year and then go back. Oh, but no, this is going to be a year ahead of where he is now.
Well, no. So that won't change. He can go back immediately, but it'll be
the next day.
It'll be the same. Yeah, the next day. So the time in his time, his body is basically like doing whatever.
What I was saying,
he leaves. What? Go ahead.
What I was saying is when he he can go back to the day before, but he'll have to wait a year. But then if it only takes him back exactly 12 years, then it'll just be a year later anyway. So that's what I was kind of referring to.
I don't think it's a full year though.
Well, I'm saying if he wanted to go back to like a previous day to try it again type situation.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He'll have to wait a year. But I didn't
know if he could wait at all.
Yeah, because he can't. You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he only goes back 12 years.
Yeah, it's a set time that he can go back to. Now that's what kind of ruled that out for me. But what's cool is that they even have that rule. You know what I'm saying? Like what most time travel things do is they say, okay, you can go back as many times as you want to suffer, but this one is like, no, you can only go back the day of, so you better figure this shit out.
Right, you only got one chance, bro.
You only got one chance, and I think that's what make Tokyo Revengers so unique and so good, is because the rules are well followed. Even though the fact that him shaking hands and going back in time don't make a fucking lick of sense. Don't make a lick of sense.
The fact that he can go back in time in general don't make any sense. So I thought that was cool that they gave us like some kind of solidifying factor, like
something.
This is what it is.
Yeah, like you're right. Because what the fuck? Why did he go back in time in the first place? Why is that even a thing that just happened? So yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point because shit don't make no sense. But
all right, so let's get to the best episode of the week.
Do I agree with that?
Wait, am I wrong?
I agree with that.
Okay,
86, bro. I'm sorry.
I didn't see that one.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I had to think about it. It was a real good fucking episode.
All right, bet.
I think Vivy's still my number one though, because these fucking fights was incredible.
Well, yeah. Also, like, just the stuff, right?
Yeah, the stuff,
crux,
man.
The whole crux of the episode. So, all right, Antonio,
Oh, bro, Antonio.
we find out what we already knew, but basically Antonio took over Ophelia's body,
Yeah,
and he has been Ophelia essentially, and has not been able to perform as well as Ophelia would have performed, and he's obviously upset about it.
yeah.
Also, we have Masamoto, who has now implanted his brain in an AI. He was what? That's technology from 40 years in the future or something like that.
Well, no, Masamoto is our guy.
Well,
You're talking about you.
oh yeah, not Matsumoto, the AI guy.
Yeah,
He was a person. He put his brain into a AI body.
yeah. 40 years ago.
Yeah, and now he is the new. He's hanging out. Now, what kind of overall set this episode above and beyond? Not only was the action, because the action and the sound design for this episode was amazing.
God,
Was the fact that Matsumoto kind of had his own character breakthrough.
yeah,
This whole time, Matsumoto had been like, I'm just here for the mission, and I don't have that experience. But in his battle with Antonio, he's talking about how Antonio had this experience, and he kind of set his mission aside, right? And Matsumoto is like, I understand that.
Yes.
I'm not saying I'm going to do the same thing, but I do understand that. And I have experienced it, so I know what it's like. And I'm just like, I thought that Matsumoto was this dude who just never really cared or was going to care. He was just here for the mission.
You're right.
That he was going to be the overall overarching bad guy, but he is developing. And I'm just like, yo.
Man, what's crazy is the work of AI and that sense of, like you said, understanding, bro. Because that's all AI's ever talked about. When AI is talked about or discussed, it's always that sense of understanding. When an AI have a sense of understanding, shit changes, bro. For the good or for the bad, who knows? Because we're not there yet. But in this shit, we don't know. I don't know.
And they give us the whole philosophical understanding, right? Like, and they established this before, but they kind of go into a little bit more in this most recent episode, where the idea that an AI can commit suicide is saying, does the AI have a soul?
Huge.
Is it a person? Contextually, that's something we might have to deal with in the future.
Right.
And that's also what makes this so intriguing, is like, eventually that might be the thing. I might not have to deal with it, but my kids might. AI is going to eventually, it's already here. It's just not as advanced as Vivy and Matsumoto.
That sense of learning.
But then you also, and I'm waiting for the Google AI where I can say, hey, Google, set up a barbershop appointment for me. I need a lineup. Because it's coming. That's around the corner already. But that you mix in that fight scene, bro.
Yes, man. Insane.
That choreography was on 10, bro.
Oh my gosh, man. You know you already know how I love when anime gives us a sense of space or spacing. It did it so well because it had that still camera movement, but the animation was fucking fluid, super high frame rate, or whatever you want to use, whatever technical term. I'm sure Philip J will correct me. Whatever term they use to describe the fluidity of the animation, man. It was insane. And like I said, the sense of spacing, because they were in that little tight machine area, and the way they had to move was so sick, man.
So the part of the animation that really dragged me in first was like when she got knocked off the building. Yeah. And she hit that first like I guess they were next to each other, but then she hit that first like platform, and then that camera go boom, kind of like hit that zoom out, and I'm like, oh, and they kind of fall down, and she's on the ground, and she run up on the dude, and he got his arm cannon out, and shoot the missile, and she like, I'm just like, yo, she dodged and it exploded, and then she go fly into them. I'm just like, yo,
it's crazy.
They own one. They not letting us rest, bro. No. They like, look, we're gonna give you story, we gonna give you action.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, bro. You getting all of it.
Like we talked about last week, it's the finales that they do with these 3 episodes that they're giving us per story, per like mini story. Which is so cool, man. This is so cool.
And not to mention, after we get all of that,
Yes, bro.
after we get all of that,
Songstress Diva.
Yeah, Songstress Diva comes to an end, and Vivy comes back. So
Yep.
this whole time, which we already knew, obviously, if you're following along with Vivy, Diva has been in the seat this entire time.
Yeah.
And essentially what happened is we know Vivy had a breakdown.
Yeah. So
And
literally.
her AI went into remission. So Diva's AI took over again.
Almost like a formatted version of it.
Yeah. And before the AI android dude kind of left, he grabbed her, and you know they can transfer data. He transferred a virus to her that force deleted all personality traits of Diva,
Yep.
forcing her to come back out.
Yep.
And they kind of had that heart-to-heart talk.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's just these are AI, bro. It's crazy.
Oh, and that these are the reasons that this show is so good, because it feels like it's leaving very few stones unturned.
Yes, man. And the way the imagery behind Vivy being bottled up inside herself in her subconscious.
That dark room.
Yeah, in that
We're
dark
in
room.
that dark room. And Diva's in the well-lit, bright, vibrant room.
Yep.
And she couldn't open that door until Diva was gone.
Yep. Shit is wild, bro. This shit is powerful. It's so strong, man. I wish people understood how much we like this show. I understand how people can't get with it, because again, like we said, it's a lot of dialogue. It is so much dialogue that it is easy to miss something, because if you blink and miss a line of dialogue, you will be lost in the sauce, to be honest. It's easy.
Right.
It's easy to get lost, but it's so good, man. It's a great story, bro. It's a fucking great story.
As I said on the timeline, Vivy is a gem.
Yes.
Watch it. This is a dope season, bro.
Spring is
just
crazy.
so thrilled. I am so thrilled with how good this anime season is.
Yeah. We're gonna start our long form rewatch soon. Not this week, but we probably gonna start it soon. We're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we'll give it some time. We'll get on that eventually. We already know what it is. Remember, it's Soul Leader.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna watch along with us, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my JoJo's thing going.
Yeah. Unfortunately. All right. You want to wrap?
All right, so we just finished talking about Vivy, the banger that it is. Let us know what y'all think about it. Let us know if you watch along with us, because Vivy is really some heat. We also started talking about Tokyo Revengers. Y'all already know you watching Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers is another banger this season, another really, really good anime, which I think Takemichi's going to do next episode. And then we talked about My Hero Academia with Bakugo popping off, also talking about how Deku was trash as always. Why Bakugo always talking down on Deku. We had our break. Let us know what you thought about the song during the break. And then get to know Mike Check Waifu. What do you like the most about anime? What draws you the most towards anime? We also did the Which Anime game with Polo, finding out what anime he puts over another, and he kind of came to the same result I did last week. We also talked about Hajihiro, another really good slice of life. You know, I'm not the slice of life guy, but hey, it was a banger. Polo, Nagatoro, not liking it, but I'm gonna watch it so we can slander it. The Saints Magic Powers Omnipotent. Man, it's another really good slice of life-ish anime. Ozumaki, another one. We got a lot of slice of life anime on this list this week, huh? We also did the spoiler antagonist section, because we tied the spoilers on the timeline. And then I did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure watch, and we both watched 86. 86 will probably be in our spoiler section next week. But that's been episode 101 of Mike Check Waifu.
I am at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I am at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mike Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.